Chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven broke forth upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon 2 feet, as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth, and it was said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, like a leopard, which had upon the sides of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another horn, a little one, before which 3 of the first horns were plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. And I beheld till thrones were placed, and one that was ancient of days did sit. His raiment was as white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, and the wheels thereof burning fire. And a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. And I beheld at that time, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spoke, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and its body destroyed, and it was given to be burned with fire. And as for the rest of the beast, their dominion was taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. And I saw in the night vision, and behold, there came with the clouds of heaven one like unto a son of man. And he came even to the Ancient of Days, and he was brought near before him. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all the peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And as for me, Daniel, my spirit was pained in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head affrighted me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth concerning all this. So he told me, and made me know the interpretation of these things. These great beasts, which are 4 kings that shall rise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I desired to know the truth concerning the 4th beast, which was diverse from all of them, exceeding terrible, whose teeth were of iron, and its nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet. And concerning the 10 horns that were on its head, and the other horn which came up, and before which 3 fell, even that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spoke great things, whose appearance was greater than that of its fellows. And I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given for the saints of the Most High. And the time came, and the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, The 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom upon the earth, which shall be different, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And as for the 10 horns, out of his kingdom shall 10 kings arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the former. And he shall put down 3 kings, and he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And he shall think to change the seasons and the law, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, and a times, and a half a time. But the judgment shall sit, and his dominion shall be taken away, to be consumed and to be destroyed unto the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Their kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey them. Here is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts were much affrighted in me, and my countenance was changed in me. But I kept the matter in my heart. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. And I know yesterday we were in that period of Darius. Darius came after Belshazzar. See, Belshazzar was slain, and then his kingdom was divided, and Darius would take over the kingdom. And that's where we were in the last chapter. And Darius would be made to know that God is God, and Darius already had some understanding of that, I believe, when he took the throne. Darius means the Lord. We're going to pick it up here, though, in the first verse, and we're going to, this dream, this vision that Daniel has. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. And this would be in the first year, and that's that beginning. First, one is always the beginning. One is a beginning, and it's the year. That's that period of greater understanding. It's a total cycle, see, of days. And those are the lesser understandings, and now this greater understanding even from the beginning. This is of Belshazzar, and Belshazzar is that Lord of treasures. He's that Lord of those hidden things. He is the king, and that is the Molech of Babylon. And that's that place of confusion, that place of Babel. They are confused. And Daniel has a dream, and the visions upon his head, the visions of his head were upon his bed. And Daniel is the judge of the mighty one. And he has this dream, or these visions, we can say. It's this dream as when you're asleep, you have a dream. And these visions are real. They're real. They come with all the senses, and they go with it. And these are things we can perceive, things we can literally see and give thought to, or this understanding on our bed. And our bed is this place we make for ourselves in life. So as we sit in this place that we've made for ourselves in life, we can ponder these things. And so to speak, it's like a dream. It's like a daydream even. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. And Daniel wrote the dream down, see, and that's so it would stay, that we could have it, we could read it, and we do. And the sum of the matters, and he's going to tell us the sum of these matters. And that's basically what it all amounts to. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven broke forth upon the great sea. And Daniel, once again, he is the judge of the mighty one. He says, he saw in a vision by night, and that is in darkness, and behold, there are four winds of the heaven broke forth upon the great sea. And these four winds, four, is always the work of God. Winds, a wind is something that blows. See, something that moves across the earth, and it is doing it. It's not only this that moves across the earth, but it's also it's like time. It's like time moving across the earth with it, and of heaven, and that's in that understanding, and it breaks forth upon the great sea. And we're going to find out this is the slow movement of God's word across the earth, and it's slowly bringing its judgment upon the great sea. And the great sea is all the waters of the earth, and these waters, those things that have descended, and they are upon the earth, and this is just the understandings of all the earth. 3 and 4 great beasts came up from the sea, different one from another. And this diverse means they was different, they was unlike each other. And these 4 great beast, once again, this is the work of God. 4 is always going to be God's work. God's doing that. These great beasts, and we're going to find out these beasts are those things that destroy. These beasts are destructive. And they came up from out of the sea. They came out from all this understandings of the earth, and they were all different, one from another. 4. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings, and beheld till the wings thereof were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made to stand upon 2 feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And this first, and this first one, this would be the one from the beginning, was like a lion. It was like this that tears and rips and devours, showing this great strength in the earth and this rule authority. He is like the king of the jungle, and he had these eagle's wings. And an eagle is that which it devours and it swoops down. It's a bird of prey. This eagle's a vulture, and it swoops down upon its prey, the carcasses. And I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth. So this beheld or watched till, and he saw until these wings were plucked off, and these wings are these borders of this. They was taken up, they was taken away, and it was made to stand upon these 2 feet. And we can witness, because anytime we got 2 feet or 2, we can witness with it these feet or these paths that it was made to go by. Even in the beginning, it was separated as a man has 2 feet that it can walk on. See, and it's man, and a man's heart was given to it. And a man's heart, or a man's understanding, a man's intellect, a man's inwardness, or even these abilities that come from within were given to it. 5. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth, and it was said thus unto it, Arise and devour much flesh. And behold, now look at this beast. There's another beast, another thing that is horrible and destructive. It's the second beast, and we can witness this beast. It's like a bear. And a bear, what a bear is this swift moving, softly moving, great strength. And it's the judgment of God across time is what this bear is. And that's what a bear represents. It's a swift-moving strength of God. And it raises itself up on one side. And from the beginning, it makes itself plain. That's what that one, see, it's a beginning. And that side, that's that which makes plain, the face of it. And it had 3 ribs in its mouth. And these 3 ribs, we can look at these 3 ribs, because it's going to be to complete. These ribs are the curve, that which is curved on the side. Remember, he took one of Adam's ribs and made a woman that from man. And these ribs that are in its mouth are that of a man. And it's that where he has been devouring, because this is what his job was given to do in its mouth. And that's that place where it pours out, and that's that where he devours the flesh of men, and it's in his teeth, and that is that which devours in his mouth. And it was said thus to it, Arise and devour much flesh. And we'll find out that's what it does, the slow judgment of God across time, even moving soft, quietly, with great strength. See, devouring much flesh. 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the sides of it 4 wings of a fowl. And the beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And after this, behold, another beast, lo, another. It was like a leopard. And this leopard, a leopard is known for its ability to sneak up, its ability to infiltrate, creep within, and that's what this leopard we're talking about is. It has upon its sides and upon its ways these things that are made plain. 4 wings, and this is the work of God. These wings are, and these are the borders there. It's set for the borders of the fowl, that to set their limitations. See, the work of God does set the limitations of and these fowl are those things. Once again, they sweep down. They swoop down out of the heavens, or out of understandings, and the great shadows and darknesses under their wings, for they've come to devour. And he had 4 heads, and this beast as well, this thing that devours, this thing that destroys, it has 4 heads. And that's the work of God in its understanding. And dominion now was given to it. And that means that it can rule. It has the ability to rule. 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. It had 10 horns. And it was different. Diverse means to be different. It was unlike all these other beasts that were before it. See, all these others that had came before that was doing this slow judgment of God across time. And this would be this fourth beast. 4. That's going to be the work of God. See, all of it's the work of God anyway. It always is the work of God. There's no one else who can work these things. And this fourth, it's even this portion of these beasts. This is the work of God, even this portion of these beasts. These things that destroy. He's dreadful and terrible. It's dreadful because it's the judgment of God, see. And God's sending it. He's strong exceedingly, having all the power and much strength. He's great iron teeth. And anytime you see these iron, we know it's Barzel, and that's going to be this iron. But this iron represents the rules. It's like a rule of man. It's that which can break and destroy. And it devours and breaks in pieces. Stamps the residue with its feet or its paths, those things that it goes on. These laws of men, stamping down all things that have any understanding. It's all done for profit today. Now, and it was different from all the other beasts that were before it. It had 10 horns. And it is different from all the other beasts that were before it. We'll find out this beast is that man-made, having these iron teeth. And it has 10 horns. And these 10 horns is the law. 10 is always the law. How was the law in the beginning? These horns not only are strengths that exalt themselves from the head, that's understanding. See, and these are warnings. These horns are things that can be blown for a warning. And this is the warning of the law. And when these beasts are upon the earth. 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another horn, a little one, before which 3 of the first horns were plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking these great things. And I considered these horns, or these strengths that was going to exalt themselves, even these warnings of the law. And there came up among them another horn, this another little horn that exalted itself. It's the little one. It's from the beginning. See, of course, one's always the beginning. It was little. And before which, and this is from before it came up, these other 3, and that was to complete this first horn's coming up, were plucked up by the roots. They were taken out by the roots, removed. And behold, it in this horn, or in this strength that exalted itself in warning, were these eyes like the eyes of a man. And these eyes are these things we see with, these things we perceive with, or these things which give us vision. We can gather understanding with them, and they were like the eyes of a man, and like these perceptions of a man, these understandings even that men have, and a mouth speaking these great things. And this mouth is that which pours out, and it had great things to speak. 9. I beheld till thrones were placed, and one that was ancient of days did sit. His raiment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, and the wheels thereof burning fire. And I beheld, I watched till these thrones were placed, and these places of rule were, and there was one that was of ancient days, of old, of great old understanding, of ancient understandings did sit. And his raiment was white as snow, white, pure, clean, and the hair of his head is like pure wool. And this hair of his head is hair. Hair is that upon the head. The hair is a covering upon the head. Hair represents this glory or your understandings upon your head. This glory, this covering. See, and it's supposed to be the law of God. And it's like pure wool. And this is that of pureness. It's that which is taken from the lamb or taken from the sheep. This wool, even these understandings of pureness. And his throne was fiery flames, and the wheels thereof burning fire. And his throne, this place where he sits and rules from, is these fiery flames. These flames of fire and judgments of God. And the wheels, that's those things that go around. See, they just keep going around. And they go around and they go around over and over and over. And the wheels thereof, they are like burning fire. And that burning fire, once again, is these judgments of God across time as they go around and around, over and over, forever, until God finally has the end of his judgment. 10. And a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him. And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. And this fiery stream, it's just the pure judgment of God issuing out from him. It's the breath of God. It's the fire of God. It's the judgment of God. It's the law. And 1,000 ministers unto him. 1,000, because it's the fulfillment of all the fulfillments. They minister unto him. It's his work. It's God's work, see, and it's God. And these 10,000 times 10,000 who stand before him, it's the law and the fulfillment, even in these periods of the law and the fulfillment. That's these times. These periods that he's used across time to make his example, see. He's God. He's going to fulfill the law. And it stands before him. It's his work. It's the judgment, and it's set. And the books, they are open. These books, all these things that are written down so that they can stay, and we can open them up and witness and use it. See, as a witness. When they're opened, then we can see and read and understand what's inside. 11. And I beheld at that time, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spoke, and I beheld even till the beast was slain, and its body destroyed, and it was given to be burned with fire. And I beheld, I kept watching at that time and during that period, and because of the voice of them great words which that horn was spoke. And that horn, that little one, remember that little horn that come up that exalted himself? And he spoke, and even these great words, we'll find out. And I beheld till the beast was slain, and its body was destroyed, and was given to be burned with fire. And that beast, that's that same one that horn was on. See, that one was different from all the rest. It's burned. It's cast into the fire, it and the horn with it. All the horns with it. Because, see, that was the purpose of it in the beginning, see. And it's burned in the judgment. It's burned with fire. It's going to be made an example of. It's a witness. We can watch it. 12. And as for the rest of the beast, their dominion was taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. As for the rest of these beasts, these things that devour this work of God that he set forth, that would be the lion, the bear, and the leopard. See, these were the three that was before the other beast that was different. It's done been slain and thrown into the fire, and their dominion, see, their dominion's taken away. They ain't going to have no more rule. There's no more rule for them. It's going to be taken away, and their lives are prolonged for a season. A season is a period. A season is like spring, summer, fall, and winter. See, these periods of a year, these cycles of a year, these cycles of a season, these 4 periods, it's all the work of God, these seasons here even, see, of God. And it's a time, it's a period. See, these are periods. It's not a whole year, this cycle, this season. It's just a period of the great understanding. 13. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, there came with the clouds of heaven one like unto a son of man, and he came even to the Ancient of Days, and he was brought near before him. And I saw, in these night visions. It was like a dream in the darkness. And behold, I seen there came with clouds of heaven one like unto a son of man. And it come with these clouds of heaven. And these clouds is something that obscures our vision, obscures our, we can't see through. These clouds offer confusion to our understandings even, and even these understandings of heaven. That's all understanding, even from the beginning. And he's like unto the Son of Man. He's like unto this one who come forth from man. And he came even to Ancient of Days. He come to this one who's from the old of understanding, the oldest of understandings even. And he was brought near unto him. And we'll find out it's God. 14, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all the peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And was given to him. We say him because he is as of the Son of a Man, this one who appears to be like that which come from a man, but we're going to find out it's not. It's a whole generation of peoples, and we'll find that out here in the end. And this dominion, this rule, this ability to he will have dominion over, we'll find out, will be given to him. 15, and as for me, Daniel, my spirit was pained in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head affrighted me. And as for me, Daniel, this judge of the mighty one, my spirit and all my understandings were pained in the midst of my body. For the visions of my head affrighted me. These things that I seen had scared me to death. To know the end thereof. 17. And these great beasts, which are four kings that shall arise out of the earth. And these great beasts, these things which God is given to destroy, God is given to judgment, to do his judgment, to destroy, which are four, and that's four because it's the work of God. See, these four kings, that's God's work in the kings. Those that we're going to give these kings here, and he's going to make these beasts, those that destroy, have great destructive power, and they arise out of the earth. They come forth from out of flesh, and these flesh of men, these kings are Molechs, these images they make, or these lords they have that rule over all flesh. 18, but the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. But the saints of the Most High, see, and this is the sum really of the matter in the whole. See, it doesn't matter what all these kings do, all of this, because the end of the matter is very simple. See, the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom. And these saints of the Most High are simple. These saints is a very bad word. I don't like that word, but we'll leave it. Let's say these ones that sanctify themselves. These ones that separate themselves. These ones actually, they get separated out by God. See, God separated them out with the law. See, when the law went through, you had a choice. You could obey or not obey, and they obeyed, and the others didn't obey, and that was the knife cutting right there. And those that obeyed, they are what these call the saints, or those the ones that are sanctified. They're set aside. They're holy. They're hallowed. They belong to God. They shall possess the kingdom forever, see? Forever and ever. And really, that's the end of it all. 19. Then I desired to know the truth concerning the fourth beast, which was different from all of them, exceeding terrible, whose teeth were of iron, and its nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with its feet. But I desired to know the truth concerning this fourth beast, concerning this work of God, even that portion that was dealt out to these beasts, these things that are destroying. Kings God's raised up out of the earth. He's using them to destroy. They're kings and their dominions. And this one, though, is different from all of them. It's different. It's exceedingly terrible. And its teeth are these teeth of iron. That which it devours with are these teeth of iron. These laws and these rules of men. And its nails, these ain't nails. These are talons, like of a bird. Talons, and these things rip and tear. The cold brass, darkness is within them. and it devours, and it breaks in pieces, and destroys, and tears, and tramples down everything that's left with its feet, and its paths. 20. And concerning the 10 horns that were on its head, and the other horn which came up, and before which 3 fell, even the horn that had eyes and a mouth that spoke great things, whose appearance was greater than its fellows. And these 10 horns which came up out of its head, these 10 horns, because see, that's the law, and these strengths that are being exalted. There's the law and its warnings. These are laws. That's the law and its warnings. God sent it, and we're on its head, and these are on its head. These are even in its understanding. And the other horn, that other little horn, remember that little horn which came up, which was before it, 3 fell, because we'll find out these 3 fell. That's going to be to complete the fall. That little horn will, and that's going to be that last warning. Even that horn that had eyes, and that horn that exalted its strength, it had these eyes, these perceptions, was able to see and perceive, and a mouth that spoke great things. A mouth that spoke these great things, these poured out these great things upon the earth. We'll find out, whose appearance was greater than that of its fellows. It appeared to be greater, mightier, and stronger than all of its fellows, having great strength and fierceness. Oh, and it was. 21. But I held, and the same horn made war with the saints, and it prevailed against them. And I beheld, see, and this same horn, this same little horn, that little strength that exalted itself, it's a warning. It made war with the saints. It fought against those that God had separated. God had pulled out. They was following the law of God, and God had separated them when he sent the law through. See, that was the judgment of God going through there. And it did rightfully divide. And they prevailed, see, against the saints. 22. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given for the saints of the Most High. And the time came, and the saints possessed the kingdom. See, until the Ancient of Days come, until the Ancient of Days, these old, ancient even understandings come, and judgment is given for the saints of the Most High, because judgment is yet to be rendered. See, judgment coming, that's from God, because see, God sent his understanding, his knowledge and the wisdom, and from the beginning, he's the Most High. And the time came, see, that period right there, that's going to be the season right there. It came, see, because we'll go the whole cycle sooner or later. And the saints possessed the kingdom. And the saints, those that God sanctified, those that God separated out, see, that was the work of God. God did that when he sent the law through in his judgment. Well, you went one way or the other. 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And thus he said, this fourth beast, this work of God, even this portion of the work of God that's in these beasts, these things that devour and destroy, it shall be a fourth kingdom upon the earth. This fourth, it's the work of God, and a portion of it in these kings and their dominions, which he gave them upon the earth. That's that place of flesh. And all flesh is made of it. And it shall be different from all the other kingdoms. It's not going to be like all these other kings and all their dominions. It's different than that. And it shall devour the whole earth. It shall devour the whole earth, all flesh. And it shall tread it down and break it in pieces. That's what it was sent for. 24. And as for the 10 horns, out of this kingdom shall 10 kings arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be different from the former, and he shall put down 3 kings. And as for the 10 horns, once again, these that come up out of its head, these things exalt themselves. Out of this kingdom shall 10 kings arise. And these 10 kings, now the law is in these kings. See, we can use all these kings even as a witness of the law. They arise, and another shall arise after them. There's another horn. This is going to be that little one again. Make an example out of him. He shall be different from the former, all these that were before him, this king will. And he shall put down these 3 kings. He actually shall put down to complete the kings, those kings. There will not be no more. 25. And he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And he shall think to change the seasons and the law, and they shall be given to his hand until a time, and a times, and a half a time. And he shall speak words. We can use this as past tense now. He did speak words against the Most High. He spoke words against God. God is the overall authority. God is king. See, there is no other. God gives rule to the kings. God gives rule to these beasts. These are the kings. To devour, to destroy. God sends judgment. When they don't obey the law of God, see, you get judgment. That's the law of God going through there. It is the judgment. It's the blessing and the judgment. Depends on which side you fell there. But this one, he is going to wear out the saints of the Most High. He's going to wear them out. Try him to the very end. We'll find out. To the very end, he shall think to change the seasons and the law. He's going to think to change the seasons and the law. Even the ordinances and statutes that God said in the beginning. As a statute and an ordinance, that you should keep them forever and ever and ever. And the law, that is the law. These seasons even. That, the law does keep. And these seasons are going to be these periods of harvest, these periods of moons, these cycles of understanding that we have to go through, see, to get back to where we started. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and a times and a half a time. They're given into his works. He's kind of got control. He thinks to change these seasons in the law, but you can't. See, that's an everlasting covenant that God made, and nobody can change it until these times. And a time is a period, see, until a period. And during these periods, these times, and this half a time, because this is a period that's divided. A half a time means a period that's been divided. It's split. And this is the period that's been divided out. See, it's set aside. We're going to find out for the work of God. 26. But the judgment shall sit, and his dominion shall be taken away, to be consumed and to be destroyed unto the end. See, but this judgment of God, it's going to sit. Ain't nobody going to change it. His dominion shall be taken away. That's that last little king there that raised up. It's different than all the others. We'll find out. He's different than all the others. He come in with all pleasantry and beauty and all this that God said would happen. And it's going to be taken away. His dominion is going to be taken away, and that his rule is. To be consumed and be destroyed unto the end, till the end of all time. 27. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. See, their kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey them. And the kingdom, that's the dominion, whom the king used to rule over, and his dominion, and that dominion, that's that rule, that place of rule even. The greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven, under all understanding, all earth, see, it's everything, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. And these people, that's all of them, that's all of the people, all of these saints of the Most High, these saints, these ones that was separated out. See, God sanctified them, God made them clean, God separated them, God made them holy. When the law went through, they observed it. They was obedient to the law of God. Even the law he gave you in the beginning, for knowledge, for understanding, for wisdom. See, and all nations, all kingdoms, all dominions are going to serve and obey. That means to observe, to have understanding of. We're going to find out it's the law of God. 28. And here's the end of the matter. And that is the end of the matter. But as for me, Daniel, my thoughts which affrighted me, and my countenance was changed to me, but I kept the matter in my heart. And Daniel, judge of the mighty ones, these thoughts affrighted and scared, because the end of it was to be made known that the way things are is not the way they will be. And my countenance was changed. My understandings, everything that I knew, my whole being was changed within me in my understandings. And I kept these matters in my heart. I kept the matters to myself, within me, to my own understanding. But we're going to find out there comes a time of pouring out. There comes a time of pouring out. There comes a time to be made known, to shine the light into the darkness, to see these things that are not seen. See? But we're going to move forward here to chapter 8. Turn and return.